All right, guys, I'm going to talk about how we can find these early moves. How did I catch NTC at the very bottom? And I'm going to go over all the trades that I've been showing you so you can see a vast majority of these trades that are happening and how you only literally need one trade to literally change your life, guys. And these minor paper cuts that I'm going to show you don't mean a thing. Most of the time when I lose on a trade, it's like 3 to 5% stop loss on pennies. And that's nothing considering the fact how they move monster returns. So let's go into the thing here. I'm going to show you guys some of the penny alerts that I've done. I have a creative section here. If you're already in the Discord, just make sure you check out the alerts, penny alerts. These are going to be your small cap alerts right in here. I talked about CMBM, and when you start to see the EMA 200 switch to the very bottom, you see how this is at the top. You do not take a trade till you start seeing nice bull action. And that's usually when you hit this upper Keltner and it comes all the way back down to this 200 acting as support. Now, the next thing that you want to see is area of demand, and you want to put your stop loss there. Now, when I look at this, I want to give it some wiggle room where, okay, I see a lot of good demand here, where, this right here could easily act as support. And then I want to see, well, how much am I willing to lose if it goes all the way down to this area under here? And as you can see, that is a 4.7%, 4.8% stop loss. Not too bad. Usually I look around the 5% stop loss. If it's too tight, you can just get hit in a blink of an eye like that, right? So now that I have my demand zone, that's where I look to put my stop loss at. And then I take the trade here, and as you can see, look at the monster return you have. You're risking 4% for a price to go all the way up to 75% at the highs there. And then you can see price pulls back, comes back to the EMA 200, and it bounces again. I only take it one time because after all, it is just a 1 minute time frame. Things can change in a heartbeat. Remember, price goes from lower time frame to upper time frame to uptrend. If you see an uptrend on the 1 minute, the 5 minute will uptrend, and so forth. So that was a trade that I took. You can see the analysis that I give on a lot of these trades. Another one that just blew people's minds out was SMX. As you can see, you get in early on the party. When did SMX spike up? Right up in here in the after hours. It started to pick up volume. It's coming back up here and then came all the way back to what? Your EMA 200. Where is your stop loss? This accumulation down in here. And then how much are you willing to risk? That would be about a 6. I'll probably bring it up to this candle here to make it a 5%. So I'll be risking 5% here. That's kind of my magic number. And then as you can see, what is your potential on this trade? You go from a 5% risk all the way up to a 75%, 74% return. Do I really care if I'm losing that little amount to have these exponential returns? But as you can see, people who get in late start chasing it and it comes tumbling down. And now what do you see? There's a different in trend, and then you can see it's no good. But you want to make sure that when you get in these plays, that it doesn't take forever to touch the 200. Let's say it comes up here and it just kind of scurries, and it finally. I like it when it takes some time. It does this immediate rejection down and comes back. Relatively doesn't take too long. And it comes back into that area. So yeah, you can see a lot of those kind of plays right in here. Another one I learned was NVVE. Just check out this plays here. You're going to see a lot of. Now, granted, I'm not going to win on all my plays. I just want you guys to know that. Granted, I'm not going to win all of them. When I took NVVE, where was the area to get in? You can see that the EMA 200 was down here, and this was a beautiful trade because why? We have a demand zone where this is where you have this low candle here. And then where's your stop loss? Down here. How much are you risking from here to here? About a 6%. It's a little riskier than my usual trade. But as you can see, you can see what I was thinking right in here. You had your demand zone here. You had your 200 here. But how much did it make you, right? You can see right in here, well, you're risking that, and you go up 26%. I usually like to get at least a 2R trade on my trade. So if I'm risking 6%, I need to at least get 12%, right? So just that's why I want to keep my stop loss tight, right? So I'm just go over in a lot of these trades. This one I ended up losing on, XAIR. And you can see, if it does not follow through, I put my stop loss down in here, you just take another trade. But look at how tight my stop losses were. It's not a big deal to me. MTC was obviously the biggest gainer that I had. I said in MTC at 36 cents with a stop at 33. That is literally, you won't get any tighter of a stop with this. I mean, and this is why I like these plays. The ones that instantly go up and then just work its way down to that 200 with a supply and demand zone right in here. You can see, well, I put my stop loss at the low of this bottom candle, and you can see you're only risking this amount, 5 to 6%, 3 cents from that low, and look at this monster return up it has. No one can predict a move like that, other than where's my entry, and that's about all I can look for. I don't know how high this is going to go, but MTC has made a tremendous move up. And so I just want everyone to look for the demand zones. Look for the EMA 200. Look for your stop loss. If it's too wide, then it's not good. 5 to 6% is a great stop loss. Anything less, it's a little too tight, in my opinion. All right. LNAI, I took that one. Unfortunately, I got barely hit with a stop just for it to go up. That can happen. Happens a lot. BW, beautiful trade here. You can see the demand zone here comes up to the 200 here, and it skyrockets and makes well over 10%. And you can see the price targets that I had on here on that one. Awesome trade here. But yeah, MTC is literally all you need is just one of those trades where you just can make awesome money. MTC was just one of those. You're going to get a trade that when it pops up, it's just going to keep going. And those little minor hits that you take is not a big deal, guys. But yeah, you can look at the most trending stocks right now. Just look at your top gainers. You'll see, like, for example, BIYA was a top gainer today. And you can see monster volume, right? There's lots of volume coming in. And what happens is price can bounce on these levels, but I'm looking for that more solid level down at that 200. And you can see, it got very super duper close. And you saw this demand zone right up in here. I was trying to target this one closer to the 200. So I had this, I wanted to target it in here. Didn't quite get it because remember, if I got it in here, my stop loss would be kind of there. It's still a little bit big. So, yeah. So just be patient. If I miss on this trade, no big deal. I'll find another trade. I'm looking for A+ setups that make a big move, pull back. Usually it's going to be like a 61% Fibonacci retracement level using these levels, and then they go monster up. And you can see on the higher time frames, BYAA is in an uptrend. Every time frame is starting to make an uptrend, but I want to get in early with the 1 minute, okay? So I just want to go over some of these setups. Let me know in the chat if you see these. Obviously, you want to look for volume. If there is not good volume, it's going to get dumped down fast. And also, you don't want it to get like this, where it just goes up and then just comes tumbling down like too fast. You want it to kind of scale up a little bit, give it like 15, 20 minutes. If it goes like this and then goes down, that's fine. But if it goes up for like 3 or 4 or 5 minutes and then the next 5 minutes goes down, probably not that great to trade. So give it some time to actually form a trend. Like MTC, you can see right here, you see how it formed a nice, beautiful trend for quite some time. It was up and it just go dump down. It formed quite a bit of trend, came back down. And this was actually the official touch right in here. I should have played it one more time in here, but I already had my beautiful entry. And you can see right in here, what do you have to the left? A beautiful demand zone where you can have your stop loss very tight. You can see all this consolidation. And then you can see the 200 here. And then right in here is your stop loss of literally 4%. I'm telling you, this strategy is going to make you freaking insane money. There's no guessing. You don't have to say, well, it's a trash company, I don't want to trade it. You have your risk versus reward set. You know when you're getting in. You know when you're getting out. Put a certain amount of money. If you can't handle a 4% stop loss, reduce your size. Usually my plays are going to be 5% stop loss, 4% stop loss, 6% stop loss. but I won like 5 trades, lost 2, but my R&R are outrageously big, and I'm winning usually upper, 20% easily. Just depends on how you want to scale out. But there's always going to be another trade in the market. MTC is going to get a lot of hype into a lot of these stocks. So I would not doubt there's going to be more trades like this, okay? I just want to do a review because I'm telling you guys, save some money. I love day trading. Use a cash account so you can get in, get out. I recommend that, and that way you can try to play these trades. You want to be able to make sure you can day trade. There's also prop firms that you can use to day trade this too. I'm looking into that. If you don't really have the money, that's totally fine. But we'll find another setup, guys. I think someone said FGR. Was it FG? So there's so many other plays that I seen just made a monster move up. But yeah, I'm gonna miss some of them. That's why it's better to have more eyes, the better. That way you can see these plays, okay? But yeah, over 10,000 members in the Discord. You're gonna love this strategy. Definitely join the Discord down below. Click the link down below. It'll say join the premium Discord, and I'll pin it in the YouTube comments. Definitely come on in. When you come on in, it will take you to this free chat. Hit how to subscribe and hit day trade alerts, and you'll get access to everything for $12 a month. The day trades, the swing trades, how I day trade big caps, all the day trading education videos, and most importantly, I go live every day. You're going to learn the most when you watch the live streams, so definitely watch the live streams down below. It's in the YouTube description, and it's also in my subscription channels. All right, guys, thanks so much for watching. We're going to be on the lookout for the next big NTC banger. We had tons and tons of them out there. There's always going to be another trade. Peace out, guys. Give this video a like, subscribe, comment. Let me know in the YouTube comments below if you made money on some of these plays that I did, and I'll see you in the next one.